You know, it sucks because it's the decisions that we make really affect us, not just me, but and not just you, but for generations.
Again, I'm looking for an asset and not a liability.
I'm trying to have like 10 kids.
Thank you.
Man, if you don't
Stay in my house.
First of all, he was my baby daddy.
Can cook him a meal tonight, but if you've been nitpicking and nagging him all day, he is not going to want to eat it.
I wish I could have that family. I should have listened to my parents. They was right, y'all.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
Do you have any kids?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. Do you want to have kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have kids?
I do. I have two.
Two.
Yep.
How many are you trying to have?
I'm trying to have like.
Look, I'm sorry to stop it so fast, but as soon as she said I have two, balloon is popped. I just wanted to say that. I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
I'm trying to have like 10 kids. I want a big family.
10 kids, so are you going to be able
Ah!
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Kids, man.
man, if you don't
Well, were you going to pop your balloon? I mean, I know you were.
Couple questions that need to be asked. Like I said, she got a cool personality and cool vibe, so
Okay.
it's like an iffy one.
It's an iffy one.
It's iffy.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to ask those questions since your balloon was popped by someone else.
He looked at the guy next to him. Did he say I appreciate it? Yes, he made the executive decision for him. And as a man, sometimes you have to stand up for other men. But I think at the end, he said thank you. Am I wrong? I need to play that back, but never mind. Next time.
Women are looking for a vibe. They're not looking for actual relationships.
Very true.
They're looking for a sponsor. They're looking to be a financial liability instead of a asset. I don't care what women bring to the table because I can build your table. I can go buy your table. I don't care about that. But I am looking for a woman who doesn't need to be taken care of to take care of her. So again, I'm looking for an asset and not a liability.
Real talk.
Yeah, all this taking a vibe and the hookahs and taking trips. What we doing? The brunch dates, like I see more.
Yes, we can do like.
Yeah. A guy wants someone who can add to the table, not bring something to it. Like everything I have going on, help me do more. And not even about you helping me do something, but still be there when I get home. Be there to nurture me. Be there to take care of everything. Yes, men look for you to be the caretakers. That's what we want. But I'll say it like this. If a woman is willing to do all of those extras at home, a man, he will give some leeway on a 50-50, right? A man may not mind going 60-40 or 70-30, but not to no bum girls. Bums, but by saying bums, I mean not doing nothing in the home. Someone that can't nurture my kids, get lost.
Can my baby daddy stay over?
What?
Can my baby daddy stay over? Well, can he come over and stay with us?
Girl, stop playing with me. Go ahead and wash some dishes.
That's a serious question.
Can you go wash the dishes? Because you playing with me right now.
Why are you not giving me an answer?
What is you doing right now?
I'm serious. He needs a place to stay. So I'm asking, can he stay over here?
You talking about the same dude who was on the phone stunting like he had all his money?
Come on.
And now he asking for a place to stay?
You know everybody's situation. Don't do that.
I don't know. What's up? He broke?
He's down. I'm not gonna say he broke, but he's a little low on money right now. So
You think the dude that you was trying to mess around with, you think I'm gonna let him come stay in my house?
first of all, he was my baby daddy for a minute.
Girl, go ahead. Get out of here. Go ahead. Your baby daddy is not coming stay in my house.
Why not? So you
Tell him 300 a night.
300 a night?
No, so don't ask me. Tell him don't ask me that dumb question like
No,
that.
don't worry about it.
Go ahead on.
Shit, tell him 300 a night. What in the degeneracy is happening? Like, my man shouldn't even be with a girl that can muster up the courage to ask him such an idiotic question. Like, what are we doing, bro? Seriously, why is your girl asking you that question? My girl would never think that. Well, my girl doesn't have a baby daddy. That's why men choose girls that don't have baby daddies for things like this. Like, why is she so much in touch with him? Why does he feel comfortable to speak to her in that way? Seriously. Because at some point, all ties should be cut. It should be, how's the kid doing? The kid's doing fine. Okay, I did this with the kid this weekend. Casual talk. All right. I'm going to pick up the kid on this day. I'm going to do this. Oh, I took the kid here. I don't mind hearing that. Say if you told me, oh, baby father took the kids to Disney World. Some guys hate. Some guys get jealous of that. I'd be like, yeah, well, that's good for the kids. I'm happy for the kids. Because sometimes the kids are over at my place, but you asking me that? It's like you trying to fight or something? That's fighting words. Seriously, I'm like, you want to square up or something? I would have said something like that. She was like, what do you mean do I want to square up? No. I take it back. My girl would never ask me that question because homie don't play that.
Y'all, I can't be the only one that feel like this or has ever said this to themselves. But I just came from Quick Trip and I was sitting in my car, sipping on my little iced coffee now. And I saw a family get out of the car, you know, with the kids, the mom and the dad. And man, sometimes, it used to happen a lot more than it happens now, but there are times when I'm sitting in my car and I see families and I'm just like, dang, I wish I could go back in time. If I had known then what I know now. You know, it sucks because it's the decisions that we make really affect us, not just me, and not just you, but for generations.
I told you so.
All right, I gotta stop this real quick. I'm not gonna stop it after this, but she looks a little over 31, 32, 33, maybe mid 30s, right? But still, she's in what stage? The epiphany stage. So she's drinking and coming to some realizations. Daddy was right. Mommy was right. They lived so many years before. Let me let her continue.
For generations. If I had known then what I know now, I wish I could have that family, or had that family with the biological mother and the biological father still together, still like each other and still love each other. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't want to be with that person and never did really. But I wish I had picked the right man to have children with and to marry. I wish I had done that. And really, I hate to say it, but I should have listened to my parents. They was right, y'all.
No comment.
They was right in the mud. I know some of y'all young folks may be looking up here, you don't know what you're talking about. He's different or she's different. No, they not. No, they not. They not different. And your parents know. They can look in their, if your parents, any halfway judge of character, if they look in their eyes, they're going to be like, nope. They can tell by the way. They right. I know you don't want to hear it. 99% of the time. They right. And you will cry tears if you don't listen. Understand, you going to be sorry, baby. You going to be sorry later. You going to be crying. Sliding down the wall. Sorry. It makes me sad at times. But I understand that the decisions I made, it must stop with me. And I have to pray for my children that whatever generational stuff going on, it may start with me, but it's going to end with me. And the same thing cannot continue down in generations. I can't have it. So I have to take those steps, those proactive steps to stop it right in its tracks. I made bad decisions, but you know what? I'm going to try my darndest to make sure that my children don't make those same bad decisions. Also, don't get it twisted. I wasn't the only one that made a bad decision at all. Okay, it takes two to tango. Okay, two. But on my part, I can only speak for me. On my part, on my decision, I should have listened to them from freaking day one. Day one. But you know what? I'm not the type to live in the past. Just sometimes you see certain things and you reflect like, dang, if I had only did this, if I had only listened, if I had only not did that, or if I had only, it's something inside just be like, ah. But if I hadn't gone through what I went through, if things didn't turn out the way they turned out, I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't have anything to tell my children. I wouldn't be able to tell them no life lessons because, hey, I know how this is going to turn out because I did it, or I didn't do that, and so it's just how it has to be. But what are some of y'all regrets?
No. Look, your parents are there to make sure you do it right the first time. That's what those warnings are for, right? And I'm so happy I listened to my parents. They didn't know I did, but I listened to my father every step of the way. Seriously. Like, because of him, I didn't end up in jail. Because of him, I got my first corporate job. Because of him, I live life on the straight and narrow. Now, a lot of modern women. Now, if your father was in the home, you totally messed up. Seriously. There's no excuse. Because you're a daughter. And a daughter father has a special connection. Like, I'm sure he's seen the guy you were talking to and said, he probably was bopping, pants sagging, probably asked what he did. Career wasn't right. Didn't have a career yet. And you said, no, but I love him. He makes me feel like a woman. Like, no, it's not about how you feel. It's about if it's right on paper. Yes. Not the height, not how you feel, not how much money he makes. If it's right on paper, meaning, okay, does he go to school or not even that? Does he like working? That's actually the bigger thing than going to school, right? I got to take it into the future because a lot of times the parents didn't have right too. I don't want to go into that, but I got to take it into the future. Is the man a hard worker? That's really all that matters. Because if he's a hard worker, he's going to figure it out. I'm telling you, I'm that guy. I figured it out. I slipped through the nooks and crannies and went from selling CDs and DVDs on the street corner to doing this and doing so much more. But you got to have a guy that's ready to go get it. That's what I'm looking for. If I had a daughter, look, is this man a hard worker or not? If not, get out of my house. You ain't dating my daughter. And I'll tell him that. But should have listened. This is the thing now. I'm sure there are many black women out there who have fathers in the home and didn't listen. I can imagine if they all stepped up to the front, people like, damn, there's no saving none of you.
Nice gestures do not make up for poor treatment when dealing with good men, okay? You can cook him a meal tonight, but if you've been nitpicking and nagging him all day, he is not going to want to eat it. You can go shopping for him. You can pay to get his hair cut. You could put something crazy on him. But if every time he tries to talk about an issue, you deflect or you make it about him, you're running out of time with that man. Trust me.
Does height matter in a guy?
Yeah, duh.
Write your body count on the board.
No!
That's how it is. Like, the accountability. Show this. They're running. And it's not only just my complexion, it's every woman. It's the modern woman.
Most men are so simple, so the way that you treat him will always matter more than what you think you're bringing to the table, whether that be your finances, your education, your cooking or cleaning skills. None of that can compare to treating that man right. So you can lose your man to a woman with no job, no education, no cooking or cleaning skills, because she's got listening skills. She knows how to speak to him kindly, softly. She initiates the sex. She shows him he is desired, and she uplifts that man on a daily basis without him asking. You understand?
Yeah. The reason why it's that easy is because men are simple, but it doesn't take a lot, but it takes a lot. And listening, understanding, and knowing how to maneuver when it comes to dealing with a man will always keep you with a man. A lot of women haven't figured it out. That's why so many are walking around single. Look at what strippers do. Now, it's wrong, that wrong, yes, but guys, they go to the strip clubs to do what? To talk sometimes and to listen. Why? Because they're not getting that at home.
All you men out there who are in a situation where you know this woman won't let you finish talking without hisses, that means you're nothing to them. Trust me. At her job, when Mr. Feinstein is talking, they be quiet, they listen to what he has to say, and on top of that, they do it. You, not so much. Why do you think that is? She can't be quiet when you're talking because she doesn't respect you. And if somebody doesn't respect you, if you try to build with them, you're gonna lose miserably.
That is so true. And that's why when it got later in life, all the way to today, I couldn't have a woman working outside. Why? Because it's a waste of time. But I mean, like, you're gonna be working outside for someone else, and making pennies. When you can be with me and be doing what I say and make dollars. It's wild. Like when I look at everything I've done in my life, that was always the issue. I've never had a team, right? And when you have someone that's willing to participate into your ideas and everything you do, that's when you're golden, right? You have someone that's willing to listen because they have no other boss. That's a wild thing. Like at my home, I have to be the boss all the way around because if some other man is telling my lady what to do, I know she's not going to listen to me. And I'm a control freak, but not a control freak in a bad way. Control freak in a good way. Because if I don't have control, my house is not in order. And you can't have it like that.
Does a guy using an Android phone make him less attractive?
He automatically loses 50 points. And mind you, we're only starting with 100 points. Chop, half gone. Android's like IKEA. It's like a maze. There's too many places to hide. I feel like in a relationship, you make me feel like I don't want to walk through that maze. I don't want to have a headache on behalf of the phone that you're using because you know how to use it well. Chances are you switch over to my side and we're going to have a happy wife, happy life. iPhone all day.
She's going to be... the relationship's going to be all messed up because you have an Android. No, it won't. Don't get somebody you can't trust. That's the problem. You need to be able to spy on him like the CIA, because that's what it is. I don't even want to talk about what CIA is coming up with. They're coming up with something that can track you all across the water at any given time with AI. That's how she wants to track her man. Avoid her at all costs. Well, if you're doing wrong and you don't want to be caught, definitely avoid her. But still, you don't want a man to have an Android because sick.
If a guy is giving you too much attention, what does that do for you?
Major turn off.
Why?
I think it's, I don't know, it's kind of unhealthy to say, but there's just like too much of a good thing, not a good thing. There's no chase. There's no grab point. So
because it maybe feels like validation seeking. They're checking in all the time to see.
Yeah. Or oftentimes it can come off as controlling. What are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm going to say about that. You guys know what I'm going to say.
Now, I had a baby daddy that told me in front of my child, I am not his daddy. I don't need a like that. I need a man who knows who's going to come into a whole house He's gonna take mine as his.
Can he put his hands on your children?
What? Put his hands on my
As
children?
far
That's a real
yes,
question.
Yeah, let's word that a
can
little.
if your kids is acting up,
Yeah.
can he whoop your kids?
If
Like
they
he would whoop
need
his
it.
own son?
If they need it.
I've dated girls that have multiple kids, you know. I think that men think one of two ways. Okay, you made horrible decisions. The other downfall could be these are extra mouths to feed or bills. You know, as a father, nobody's gonna whoop my kids.
Exactly.
But if
barely whoop
I
my
am the
kids.
step parent, I'm a whoop.
This man just said nobody's gonna whoop his kids, but if he's a step parent, he's gonna whoop them. Ah, man. Bro, that was wild, but that's why guys aren't taking them baby mothers. Because it got quiet. I didn't hear the woman say anything, but the other woman responded for her. She didn't need to say anything. You want me to step up and be the man, but I can't touch them? If I'm stepping up and being the man, I may grab him by the throat and choke slam down the steps. You may think that's a little violent, but some kids need that. Some kids need a shock. Not thrown out. You know I'm exaggerating, but still, some kids need to be thrown against the wall by their neck. They need to know. I'm 43, so you can only imagine. But I was raised a lot different than the generations now, so older people know what I'm talking about.
Being a stepmom is so unrewarding. It's such an unrewarding job. My stepdaughter came home from school. She's about to be 6 years old. And Mother's Day's coming up, right? She came home and she's like, Lindsay, I made something for you. And I was like, really? Like, what did you make for me? Yeah, I made something for you for Valentine's Day. She meant Mother's Day, but... I opened it. It was like a big card, and I opened it. And it said, thank you for helping me grow, or something like that, right? And I was like... oh my god, this is so cute. Like, I'm so excited for when my kids go to school and they bring me their little Mother's Day crafts. That's so, I'm gonna keep all of them. So I was like, oh my god, like, she made me something for Mother's Day, you know? Tell me why this girl looks at me and she's like, actually, I want it for my mom.
Damn!
Of course, girl. Here you go. Here you go.
What? What? Like, you should have known that wasn't for you. You're a stepmom. The girl should have made two, though. She should have made another. She doesn't know yet, though. You got to give her some time. When she gets older, maybe like around 10, she may figure it out. Some kids are stubborn like that. They don't want to figure it out, and they refuse to, and they will never oblige. But, yeah, the girl is young. She's going to get older. She'll realize, but that's the dangers of having a stepchild. You got to go through some small heartbreaks such as that. I know you felt it. You're a woman. You're sensitive. And kids are not going to feel it. You may always be treated like a second fiddle, like second rate, like who cares about you? But she loves you. You'll get past it.
I cheated on my husband of 14 years and lost him forever. This is long, but it's something I need to get off my chest. My husband, 36 male, and I, 36 female, have been together for 16 years and married for 14. We have 2 daughters who are 13 and 12. About 3 months ago, I cheated on him with my coworker once, and I immediately regretted it. To be honest, I still haven't figured out the real reason why I cheated. On the surface. The reason would be that my husband was too caught up with work for a couple of months, and I felt neglected and unappreciated at times. I know that this isn't the real reason, so I'm trying to figure it out through individual counseling. I only cheated on him that one time and immediately told him the next day because I couldn't bottle up my guilt and shame. He was shocked at first, but then went on to call me the most horrid names. I deserved it. I deserved it a lot more than that. I don't even know how it got to the point of me sleeping with my coworker. It started with innocent flirting, and before I knew it, I made the worst mistake of my life by sleeping with him. I wish I'd gotten hit by a car the day before sleeping with him. I cut off all contact with my coworker and gave up my phone to my husband. I wanted to reassure him that I was willing to make this work on his terms. whatever they were, as long as he would give me another chance. Even though in my heart,
Right there. That's where the guy messed up. Seriously, guys, that was my one thing I wanted to make sure of when I got married. That my lady wouldn't be working outside. This is the main reason why. And not even that I'm a jealous person. Because before I met her, she was working outside. But, you know, when you get married to someone, you don't want to have things like this take place. Because it's possible. If she's working outside, it's possible. She has a lot of free time to roam around the village. Yes, a lot of times you may live in a village or whatever village she works at, right? She had a lot of time to be around, be outside. That you go do things at home and she carries it outside. Say you get in a fight, she has to go out the next day to the guy flirting at work. Do you want her to have a work husband? That guy is probably a work husband. Every day she can't work, he's flirting with her. And a work husband knows he's working on that. I seen somebody do a joke on TikTok one time and said, "I'm your work husband. Of course I talk to your girl every time y'all have problems at home. She comes and tells me about it." What do you think that guy was? That guy that she came and talked to when they had fights. So she felt bad, but will she do it again? Yes. Should he take her back? Probably not. Why? Because when women cheat, it's a lot more, how can I say it? Intense. A guy will cheat, you know, just for relations, just for the sex, but when women cheat, they do it kind of with their whole heart. It's a lot different. But yeah, man. Don't want that. Don't have a girl that works outside. And it's easier for me, I'll admit, because I'm on this side of the world, right? Maybe make that happen if that's what you want to. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next video.